Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, welcome back for another episode. Only Pod Can Judge Me. I am your host, D King, the big fella. You're my main man to the left.
R to the K, a.k.a. Illogic, a.k.a. Illogic 100. Holla at me.
And my family member to the right.
Yes, sir. You know, it's your barber Wayne D, Wayne D253, Wayne D the barber. Listen, before we get started, y'all like, subscribe, share, smash the like button. Let your friends know about us. We're getting our viewers up, man. We appreciate the ones who are tapping in, leaving messages. We do read and we do respond. We appreciate the love, and we're going to keep it rocking.
What's up?
Fellas, man, it's good to be back in the studio with y'all, man.
Blessings.
Last week we took a week off due to the holiday, and some of us worked and some of us enjoyed the fair, man. Did we enjoy your time off, man? What you do? Anything fun, man, last week?
I was working.
I
was working. Look, I've been all day long. Look, grind don't stop.
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to make it real quick. Look, if I work hard now, I ain't got to work hard later, so I'm pushing myself.
Is that a true statement?
I think it's a true statement. I think if I exhaust all I can now, and build up a big enough nest, eventually I can rest later. So
Facts.
That's how I feel.
Okay.
What's up?
Okay.
Oh, you know, man, fair. You know what I'm saying? Took the little ones out to the fair, man. Did the dang thing. It was cool.
Yes,
you know
sir.
what I'm saying? Had them out there riding them rides.
If I can talk about it a little bit, no disrespect to the Puyallup, and we want everybody to do the Puyallup, but that is one of the biggest money grabs I've seen in a long time, man.
Yeah.
Between that and Chuck E. Cheese's, bruh.
See, we ain't really on that. We ain't really on that no more, man.
But still,
Yeah,
look, when it was.
Yeah. But it felt like it wasn't, because if you put $20 in that coin machine, you felt like you was getting a lot of coins. This right here, from the jump,
From the
is
gate.
$65 a pop.
Yeah.
Even just for parking,
To ride. I'm just talking
for
about
wristbands.
just to ride the rides.
Oh, man.
That's $65.
Dizzy
right
pass
there.
65?
Yes, 65. No matter what age.
No matter what?
65.
No.
65.
They don't got kids and adults?
65.
Sheesh.
That's where
That's a
the
banger.
starting price.
5-year-olds.
A full tank of gas.
65. Jeez.
Right. 65. Then,
Man.
if you get in the right parking lot, you might get hit
yeah.
with the 10.
Yeah.
Depending on where you park, it could be hit
That's
with
a
the
low
20.
walk.
Right.
Yeah,
With
25, a little, yeah.
Right. Then everybody wants a turkey leg.
Come on.
Yeah.
Those 18, 20 bucks?
21 bucks.
Come on.
21 bucks a leg.
But then everybody wants the elephant ear.
Oh, my.
That's 15 bucks a pop.
Come on.
And then you turn around and somebody wants an earthquake burger.
Ooh.
That's almost $30.
Oh, that's almost 30.
Right.
If you get a double with bacon
Right.
and grilled onions, come on, bro.
Right. So it's
That's a $30 burger.
and then you got to get the funnel cake.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? That's another 12 to
It's either
15.
one or the other, earthquake or funnel. You can't get both.
Man,
Look.
we're out there
I'm
with a
not.
variety of
I'm
people
not.
getting
Look,
both.
I'm not doing both. Look, you
Man.
getting one or the other.
Oh,
Look.
and then the corn on the cob.
Okay, I can see.
And that's expensive.
Yeah, it
I
is.
say what the corn on the cob was running about $12 to $15 a
Agree.
kernel.
And then don't a kernel.
The kernel, yeah.
Don't get the drizzle of the
Right,
chips.
right.
The ones dipped in the chip,
Right.
the red hot. Oh, I'm
Right,
like, bro.
right.
Yeah, so.
And Arcade was trying to find some authentic lemonade, man, and was having a hard time
Oh,
finding
man,
it,
they
man.
can't be in there having all that lemonade.
Talk
in
to
there,
him
and
about
none
it,
of it is
man.
real.
Oh, no. None of it's squeeze?
And it's
Natural?
all the same.
None of it's natural squeeze?
None of it's natural squeeze.
Oh, man.
I mean, even with the lemons in there,
It's
they
powder?
think it's real. It is fake.
Come on.
Hey, he was
they
really
killing me.
searching,
Man.
trying to
Man,
find
I'm
it,
like
man.
a lemonade connoisseur.
Hey,
You know
I
what
am
I'm saying?
too.
I gotta
When it's
have-
right, I'm not gonna lie to you. When it's right, it's right.
it's
You
on
ain't
point.
lying. I had some
Yeah.
natural squeeze. I think I went to one of them little food truck.
Yeah.
They had the food trucks everywhere, and there was a natural squeeze joint.
And you just-
When you get a natural
man,
squeeze,
But
and it seems like it lasts longer.
Does
Like,
it quench your thirst?
huh?
It
Does it
do.
quench
Oh,
your
it
thirst?
does. Oh,
Man.
listen,
Thirst,
come
okay.
on.
And it's delicious.
Yeah, it is. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's different.
Okay.
It's different.
Yeah.
Natural squeeze.
But at the fair, they
Man.
selling that fake stuff, man.
Man.
Yeah.
Fake stuff?
It's fake.
Powder,
It's powdered.
authentic, or was it?
They all share the same recipe.
man.
It's all watered down. None of it had a
Ooh.
hit to it.
None of it had.
Oh, yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah, don't hit you in the
Check
back of the.
No.
Don't do me like that, man.
So we're going to get into it. We're going to get
It's
into
good.
it here. We're going to get into it here. So we got some interesting topics today.
Yes,
And we
sir.
got a chance to study it. I know since we had a week off, we got a chance to look up quite a few different things. But the
Yes,
first
sir.
thing
We was flowing.
we want to talk about is the basketball team the
Sheesh.
USA team.
Man.
That's the first thing.
And the crazy thing is they lost 3 times since we've been gone.
So how many times total?
3.
Total of 3. So what's their record?
They're done.
No, but what did the record end up being?
I don't even know. I think I might have seen them won 5 and they lost 3.
I think it was 5-3.
Yeah, I think it was either 4 or 5 and 3. One of those.
One of the worst. I think the worst aspect about this is that track player that just said them words about
Agree.
about the league.
Yeah.
And about these aren't the best.
These ain't the
players and
worlds.
as far as the world, the NBA
Yeah.
Finals champions.
He did say that, and
Do
everybody.
you have this on the world stage?
Yeah. And the big
that
big
kinda
time players,
stings.
right? And the big time players who was like LeBron and all the big time names who wasn't playing on that USA team was like, look, we do this, and then you do this. Come on, bro. I think the world got it. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Does the USA basketball still run the world? Is the question.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you.
I'm gonna give you the floor first.
And
Wait, USA or Olympic Team USA, or are you talking about USA basketball?
American players.
American players.
Let's talk about USA, and then
Yeah.
we'll come. That's a good one. We'll come back to that.
And I'm gonna be
USA.
honest with you. I don't believe the U.S. runs the world no more. I think with
In
all
basketball,
this
you don't
in
believe?
basketball, nope. I think we have incredible athletes. I think we have individuals who have big egos.
Okay.
And when we ride on egos,
Big
you can hop
paychecks,
on big
big ego.
paychecks. And then I can see individuals buying into different players. Like, I'm a LeBron fan, so I buy into anything he does. He can't do nothing wrong, in my eyes.
I don't know if that's good though.
Agreed. And that's why I say that. And that's why I say the world comes over here hungry
Gotcha.
and thirsty, and they know how to play basketball
Gotcha.
rather than an image, or
Gotcha.
or ego. They're riding on, this is what I do. And so that's why I'm like, bro, these world players are coming, hungry, and you go to these tournaments and you see it.
And this is what you.
And
get,
this is what you get.
because they're coming to win.
We're talking about
They're coming for blood.
At one point in time, we were talking about how dominant we was over the world that we could send our third string and go win it. You got to think about the Dream Team and the Redeem Team when they were beating people by like 40. They were like, bro, we could send our third string over there and still do the same. And this is what we're doing. And look what happened.
It's interesting. Okay.
I mean, I've seen something that said that they believe that we're not even playing basketball.
I did.
Like like at the essence of the sport of the game. Like the basketball that's being played by American players ain't even of that quality no more.
Yeah.
Where you got these European players playing a traditional game of basketball and refs calling it the traditional way. And all of a sudden, we're not looking at we're not
The elite.
Yeah, not looking elite.
Top
all
dog.
them flailing and fouling and flailing and what's
Flopping?
it called? Flopping. Yeah, all that. Yeah, that's looking bad.
Real bad.
And it's not really. It's not. And it's showing these other players that have talents, that have footwork, that have the skill set, that put in the work to be great players. They're shining. And you don't even know their names.
Don't even know their name. That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
There was one.
From
one
some
of,
other
I think the
country
U.S.
somewhere.
played against what I'm trying to think. It was 2 games ago. They played against some dude, and the dude was talking at the head dude like he was the man. But I didn't even know my guys. I can't even remember my guy's name. But he was going at him like, bro, I'm the man. Hit him for like 23 points that game.
So I got 2 perspectives of it.
What you got?
If we don't bring the best, it's a possibility you can get beat because some of those best players, as far as the world goes, are top players in the NBA present right now.
Yeah,
Some of them, no,
Some-
but we're talking about 1 and 2.
No, I know, but the teams, but each team pretty much has 1 or 2 of some elite talent that's playing in the NBA right now. If you look at it, I mean, it's like Shea Gilgeous,
Shea Gillis, Shea Gillis Alexander,
he's a first-team All-NBA guy.
yeah.
SGA, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like
He knocked off the U.S.
right, and you have
Third place
you
game.
have the Dennis Schroeders of the world
They won it.
that plays hard in the NBA. He's prolific on his team. So
Not to mention Jokic.
right, I don't want to talk about him because
You know what I'm
he's,
saying?
he's
Well, he didn't
right
even
now.
play in
he's
this
right
country,
now,
but he would have still.
Yeah,
but
you know what I'm
Luka,
saying?
I mean, you
Luka,
know what I'm
yeah.
saying? It's like all these different guys that are in position. It's like you have to bring the best.
Yeah.
So when LeBron now is talking about
I'm interested.
that he's interested and he's encouraging
Intrigued.
Steph
Yeah.
and KD and Devin Booker and Chris Paul and all the rest of them guys to come along and play, yes, you bet your bottom dollar. We don't want to settle for anything less than gold.
No.
So whoever it is that's running it, because they tried to make Steve Kerr look bad, like he didn't know what he was doing.
Right.
And he's playing with some top-notch talent in the
They
NBA.
are.
Like,
They
Anthony
are.
I mean,
Edwards
there was
is-
Jalen Brunson and some other
Yeah,
guys.
but
there.
those guys are $100 million guys.
Solid
Right.
guys. People building franchises
Right.
around them.
But man,
Yeah.
what's his name? $200 million guy. Anthony Edwards. He
And
just got
Halliburton.
paid. And Halliburton.
Halliburton's
And he like,
$200.
he didn't like Halliburton.
Right, he wasn't playing them at all.
Right.
Like, I think he might have been coming off the bench.
Right.
I think what was the shooter? The light-skinned shooter was coming off the bench too.
I know Brandon Ingram was.
Brandon Ingram, he was coming off the bench.
It was a weird deal. Like
Yeah.
I was looking at it, but then I didn't look at it. Then I paid more close attention to it.
They started
And
losing.
you got to send the best players when you play against the world.
You have to.
So you're saying the rest of the world caught up?
I'm gonna say if we sent the best players from our country to play against the world, it wouldn't be close.
No, all right, yeah, that's your opinion.
That's
You're entitled
my
to
opinion.
it. I agree.
That's my opinion.
I agree.
If we
Full
send
roster, the best
the full roster, it'll be just like with the Redeem Team.
Yeah.
It'll be from all the Dream Teams.
Yeah.
Dream Team 1, Dream Team 2, Dream Team 3.
That's right.
And the Redeem, it would be to me.
Yeah.
I think that's too much talent on the court. In athleticism alone, it can't keep up because you can't double.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you get to play the European style of basketball where you can go 10. So if you bring our best guys along with it, that's gonna, and everybody knows their role. This is who's gonna score.
That's the
This is
buying
who's
in
gonna-
part.
Again, they'll do it if you send the best because everybody will know.
I believe we have the best talent, like talent-wise. I don't think that we have a best team anymore.
I believe we have the best. I believe if that team assembles for next year to play in the Olympics, we win the Olympics going away. No game is close.
I think you're right. I think you're right, but I think that when they come back, as we've always seen, when they come back to the league from doing that Olympic run with each other, they come back as better players.
Yeah.
You know, they play better. They play a better brand of basketball after that. You know what I mean? That's what I think.
I think for me, I think the world is turning into like teams like Utah, like Denver, like San Antonio. They're a team. Like they're not when I think about the NBA and I think about certain teams, I think about certain individuals. Like when I think about Lakers, I think about LeBron immediately. I don't think about, oh, that's a great team. When I think about Golden State, I think Steph Curry. I don't think that's a great team.
Can I ask why?
Because I think individuals, I think the talent for that team is the way that team is developed. It's surrounded by a LeBron. It's based off of Steph Curry. It's based off of Giannis. It's based off of Tatum. They're based off of these. But then when you go take a look at like a San Antonio or a Utah or a Denver, like these is teams that are built around, even Miami, these is teams built around a culture. And so I think when we go out in other
Denver
countries.
doesn't have a culture, though. Utah has had a culture since Karl Malone and John Stockton.
But they still have that same culture.
No, they don't. It's
Yeah, they
nothing
do.
like that. No, they
Only
don't.
thing they didn't have that with Donovan Mitchell because Donovan Mitchell was ISO kind of an individual.
What I'm saying is, D, you can't. If you're speaking past tense, I can agree with you. Utah once had a culture. They were at the top of the food chain in the
San
West.
Antonio once, or they still?
They once had a culture. They can't make the playoffs.
But I think they
the
still
culture's
just
not
because
there.
just because they can't make the
culture-
playoffs doesn't mean the culture is not
yes,
there.
Yes, it does.
The culture doesn't mean that you have to win the championship.
That's not what we're talking
Right,
about.
or
The
even go to the playoffs.
Yes, it does.
No.
The culture, if you have the right culture, you're going to be a winning franchise or a winning organization.
I don't think so.
Yes.
I don't think that's the case.
Yeah. What is the purpose of having a culture? What is a culture based off of? It's about doing it a certain way of your way that wins.
No,
Yes.
your way.
Your
and it
way.
always wins.
No.
And so I think that's what
consistently it does.
When we see these Olympic teams, when we see like Germany, when we see like France, when we see like these teams play, they have a culture. They've been playing this certain way.
It's a different culture.
It's a different culture.
But
They've
that
been
doesn't
playing
mean
in
the
that.
culture's good though.
I'm not denying that at all.
Right.
I'm not saying that at all.
Right.
I'm not saying that the culture, but it somehow is one of them that when I make mention of that, it finds its way to win eventually. And that's what I'm like, it wins sometimes over talent.
No,
I think a culture, agree.
But that's only a very
I
slim
agree.
chance.
I 100% agree.
Talent itself, if the talent is working hard, it's unmatched.
Agree. And I agree.
Unmatched.
And that's why I say if we took the U.S. superstars and we sent them over there and they're playing like superstars, of course they're going to run through them. But if we send the superstars over there and they're playing with egos, them little cultures, are gonna win.
Yeah, but you got to have the right coach. You got to have the right everything to put and I think that if they do go, I think Eagles are put to the side because everybody knows what one goal is. I think with the Redeem team, which is the last team that we really got a chance to see with Kobe, his work ethic alone kind of opened up the eyes of those other guys. It's like, it ain't really about kicking it or partying. We're actually over here to really win.
Yeah.
And this guy, this is how he works out all the time. So you wonder where the mentality comes from.
So then I guess it goes to both points again. It starts out with the players, and they end up developing a culture that they bring back to the league. And
the culture wins.
Right.
Nobody who name a culture that they talk about that doesn't win. They don't say it's a coach. They say they need a new coach or they need new players.
San Antonio ain't never said they need no new coach.
Well, they need new players.
I'm not denying anything.
Well,
they don't mean new players. You're just buying into that culture, that same culture.
Right, but that culture is done.
I'm not denying. I'm not saying
Duncan,
you're right.
Tony Parker, that culture is dead.
You're right.
So if Wembanyama starts making the playoffs,
right?
Then
Do we say
then the culture's coming?
Oh, see, like that's what I'm saying. We can't.
It's rearing his head to come back to where it once was. Like same thing with the Bulls.
Yeah.
The spirit of Michael Jordan's not
never
in for the Bulls right now.
I don't know when last time it was.
I'm just saying, is the spirit of LeBron in Cleveland?
No.
But
LeBron isn't.
He created the culture there
agreed.
for that time frame, and now that's done.
And I agree to
That's
you.
all I'm saying.
And I 100% agree.
Utah don't got that culture of Karl Malone and John Stockton.
Agree.
Or Jerry Sloan. That's
agreed.
done.
And so that's why when I look at these teams, I look at Lakers as like LeBron's culture.
But when you said another team,
Golden
State has
I
a
think
culture.
Golden State does have a culture. I agree. But they also have a superstar who developed that culture.
But no, not only him, it's his supporting cast that makes him go.
So then if he goes and retires and that team falls off, what are we gonna say then?
The culture, it died.
But wouldn't it be the culture if let's say Steph rides off into the sunset, right?
Yeah.
And the GM retools the team and they start winning, going on these crazy runs again.
What if they don't?
Wouldn't that be the culture of the team rather than the players, the talent of the players?
Correct.
Yeah,
correct. 100% correct. I agree.
Right.
So are we saying that the talent of the player dictates the culture, or are we saying the GM and the ownership dictates the culture?
I think both.
Right. And that's why I give you examples of a LeBron, because everywhere LeBron's gone, LeBron's taking his culture with him. Yeah. And he's developed that culture with Cleveland, with Miami, with Golden, or with Lakers.
Well, he hasn't really. I'm a big LeBron fan. He hasn't done it with LA yet.
Nah, they haven't.
The 5 to 6 years he's been in the playoffs twice.
Yeah, but he hurt too.
I get it, but what I'm saying is,
but they say he chooses the coaches and all that type of stuff. He is the coach.
They got to rally. They got to rally around when he gets hurt, and it don't get enough.
The culture's not there, like.
But it's Robin or Batman or something. He ain't never. No, he's half the time he's not available too.
He's not that culture.
He's very ginger. You know what I mean?
Injury prone. I agree.
He's not a culture.
Very talented, but very injury prone.
Exactly. Agree.
Very talented, but I think, like I said, it works hand in hand.
So they got a culture of going to the doctor.
Agree. No, that they do. No, I'm not. Hey, wait. He definitely 100%.
He has a culture of falling on the ground and somebody thinks he's gonna be hurt.
Agree.
Every time I watch him play, if he's on the ground, I'm thinking
like, oh.
Yeah,
right. No, right. Like real big guys, like, bro, come on, like, bro, no, don't do me that early. I'm like,
but Jokic, you don't get that.
You don't because everything's around him, and that's what I was gonna go with the whole Miami situation. When you see a Miami player, when you see a Miami player goes down, it's like, all right, well, next man up. Like we're like, bro, you got G Leaguers on the team. Oh well, next man up, and you're still hooping.
That's Pat Riley.
And Pat Riley's coach. Agreed.
In LA,
100%.
And New York.
100%. And New York. I agree. I 100% agree.
He created those cultures.
They have cultures.
Just like Phil Jackson created the cultures.
Right.
He had Michael. Then he got a
chance
to coach Kobe.
Yep. I agree.
And Dr. Bus.
Right.
Agree.
But Dr. Bus is kind of like, okay, I got these two. I'm gonna let Pat Riley do his thing.
Yeah. You
know what I'm saying? Let him cook. And I think, like I said, with it running hand in hand.
That's what I get.
Go ahead.
I don't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good.
But at the same time, Dr. Bus wasn't taking losing for the answer. He didn't want to go through the times of having the droughts. He would go through droughts, but he would always try to get back to a winning form. So that showed, and he would pull off these trades that were crazy to make it happen. So that shows that the culture there in LA was different.
I think Los Angeles as a whole, as as a like I said, like as a city, like just like New York as a city.
Yeah.
I think that's a winning culture around just saying L.A. and saying New York
because they got so many teams in the
right.
sports.
Just being there,
yeah.
it's a culture. But I'm saying as far as like just the individual, great, wonderful market, big market. Yeah. And so people buying, whether you trash out here, Dallas, the Cowboys, like that's a culture. Like every year they're playing, I'm like, bro, ain't no way Dallas is winning. And Stephen A.
They're always
there.
They're always
a culture.
That's right.
No
but then they come back and they let you down, and I hear Stephen A. does what he do. Right. But they have a culture though.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
So
because Jerry Jones is created.
Because of Jerry Jones,
he's involved.
I agree.
So what about a culture of losing?
Oh man, there's a ton of teams. I think Portland has a losing culture.
Who?
Portland.
Yeah, that's bad.
That's very bad.
You got to think about it. It hasn't always.
I agree.
It hasn't always been that. But rest in peace, Paul Allen.
I agree too.
Because me growing up, Portland was tough.
Portland was
for a lot of years.
Portland was bad boys.
Was there. Yeah.
Portland was bad. Like I'm telling you, I thought for sure with Bonzi Wells.
Yes.
Come on, bro. Look, hey, come on, man.
They had a squad.
A squad.
Ruben Patterson, the
Ruben Patterson. They had Lamar Odom, Jermaine O'Neal, who was a young buck.
Right.
Like man, they had hitters.
No, Jermaine O'Neal.
He was a young one. He was got drafted. Rasheed Wallace.
I couldn't stand him. Hey, Zach Randolph.
Zebo. Come on, bro. They had hitters.
Mighty Mouse, Damon Stoudemire.
Yeah, bro. They had
so
fires.
It's just like some organizations you're waiting for them for the culture to change, and you've done it. Like Golden State was a losing team for a while.
Yeah,
obviously, you had TMC.
Man, my Kings
they went in
that
trouble.
Too.
but in '99 they were.
Animals,
just the Lakers.
But the Blues brought a different culture. They put some money in.
Yes. They had a Vegas lifestyle in Sacramento.
Well, they developed that after Sacramento started rolling. Then they did the Palms. And then the Palms, that kind of messed. I think that ended up messing them up. There was some bad. I read about them bad business decisions.
Some bad business
made.
deals.
Yeah, they did
and
some
then
bad.
It went downhill.
I mean, they pretty much got rid of their. They got the team off of their parents' beer distributorship or liquor distributorship. Yeah. That's how they built their money. So they sold the beer distributorship and thought the casino was going to keep riding, but the economy tanked. Casino started doing bad.
Yeah,
they had to sell the
team. The team was going
downhill. I don't even know
downhill.
if they own the Palms anymore.
That's how it goes.
Bad
business decisions, right?
Start riding that Vegas lifestyle, and
So the bottom line: does the USA basketball still run the world? Yes or no, RK?
I'm gonna say yeah.
Okay, Dwayne.
I'm gonna say no.
You're gonna say no.
I think our best beats their best.
Okay.
I'm gonna say no.
Even though Jokic, Giannis, all them guys are foreign players, I'm gonna say yeah.
There's a two-part question.
I believe
two-part
you,
answer.
I believe
there's
you.
There's a two-part answer. I got a two-part answer for that. So I think, as a whole, just the USA doesn't beat a world team. So, like, if all the players got together from the world,
it's never gonna
I
be
agree.
like
I agree.
So you're
doing
fantasy basketball.
I agree with it. Right. So I think the world.
That ain't it though.
But this is
you can say Europe.
Right.
No. I'm not.
World.
I'm saying
because it would never be that.
Yeah.
It will never. It'll be Jokic will play with his group.
Yeah.
Rudy Gobert will play with his group. Giannis will play with his group. Luka will play with his group.
Rubio play with his.
They can't beat the USA with USA's best talent. There's no way on God green earth. I don't believe that.
Yeah.
Only God can judge me. I don't believe it.
What about the Greek freak? He's an immigrant to
Greece.
To Greece.
Yeah.
So does he?
He can play for Greece.
Yeah. So he plays for. So
he can play with him.
So he plays with Greece, or does he play with an African team?
No, he plays with Greece.
He plays with
He
Greece.
plays with Athens.
Yeah.
Athens. He can play with
Athens.
And they will get smacked.
Yeah. No, for real though.
Him and all his brothers will get
His
smacked.
brother got sent to the G League, I think.
But there's quite a few of them. I think 3 of them signed. Milwaukee signed all of them.
Milwaukee just cut one of them.
Oh, they cut one of them. Okay.
One of them did get sit. But they got 2 of them still.
Is he in the Milwaukee G League though?
I'm not sure if it's in Milwaukee G League or not. But
trust me, he'll stay in close proximity. You know what I'm saying?
He got waived.
So you say yes, you say no, or you say yes, you say no. I say yes.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
Yeah,
and we want to see it in the comments.
Right.
Does the USA basketball team still run the world?
Somebody say something. I want to hear it.
Yeah, we really need some comments on that because I'll be honest with you, what we saw was not a good display of the USA basketball.
At all.
Some people, I questioned when they selected that team. Like, did people just say they didn't want to go?
Right.
Because some of these people didn't even start on their team.
Right.
So it's just like, what are we doing? What are we doing? So we just taking somebody and just throwing a coin up and say heads we beat them up, tails we beat them up.
Or look, you're in, you're out. Look, if you're one, all the ones go over here, all the twos go over here. 1 and 2, 1.
Right. Hey, we go to the next topic. The new season of football started Thursday.
Yeah.
Kansas City and Detroit. Who would have thought the Detroit Lions, which is a culture of losing.
Yeah.
We used to watch them play on Thanksgiving even when they had Barry Sanders.
Right.
And they still used to lose.
Right. No, seriously.
He used to get his rocks off.
Hey, for real. Look.
Every Thanksgiving
they was on television. I'm like, how do you guys get a Thanksgiving Day game?
Right. But, they just beat the defending champs in Arrowhead.
Yeah.
With the ring ceremony.
Yeah, with the ring ceremony.
What are we talking about? Is the culture changing?
Have you noticed every team that has lifted a banner this last year has lost on opening day?
I haven't even paid attention.
The baseball team, Houston lost. Golden State when they played their first game, they lost on opening day. And then they just lost. Everybody who's lifted up a banner has lost on opening day. Think about it when Denver. About it when Denver plays. If they lift up a banner.
Absolutely. But what I will say about that though, fellas, is every year after you hold a banner up, your team could be really different.
Yeah.
It's very rarely is it the same.
To repeat. It's hard to repeat.
Because Denver lost a lot of role players coming into next year when this NBA season starting here in October. Can they get back to that?
Yeah.
That's the question. So
I agree 100%, and I don't think so.
And Kansas City doesn't look. Kansas City does not look.
I don't even know what the roster is. And I don't think so.
Kansas City did
not
look
the same.
They didn't look like a Super Bowl champions that played against the Eagles.
But they did sign Chris Jones, or not Chris Jones, the defensive tackle. Is Chris Jones the defensive tackle that was sitting out?
They were sitting out for. They ended up signing him.
Yeah, they did it. They ended up signing. I think it's Chris Jones, the defensive end that they were.
They needed him.
Yeah,
they needed him, but their offense stunk.
It did.
I didn't see the game.
Oh, you didn't see? Oh man, it was.
They was Butterfinger everything.
Guys, and so I look at it like this: Jamal Williams and DeAndre Swift, I thought had amazing seasons last year.
Yeah.
Granted, did they get some people? Did DeAndre Swift get hurt? Yes, but. Football's a cold-hearted snake.
Yeah, it is.
They switched them guys out, got them up
real
out there
quick,
and got David Montgomery from Chicago and
drafted a running back,
drafted a rookie
Gibbs,
and they didn't miss a beat.
No, and still performing.
Right,
still passed for like 340, 380 something.
Right,
as a receiver,
right,
or as a quarterback.
And that's the thing. It's like in football, it's hard to predict because anything could happen.
Yeah,
you guys expound on that. Let's talk to me about that. Yeah. You can't just guarantee say, "Oh, this team is going to win because of last year."
Yeah.
When it comes to football, I think it's just like you said, because the rosters can change so fast. So many players can get swapped out, or get traded or whatever. They don't sign people back. I think if they really invested in the players, it'd probably be a lot better. You know what I mean? And I think
Can you expound on that? What do you mean? What do you mean?
I mean, if the contracts kind of mirror more so what they do with the NBA than they do with than they do in football. Like everybody says, not for long. If they really focused on, because I mean, you look at what the LA Rams did to go on their Super Bowl run. They had a squad. Mm-hmm. They signed everybody for 1-year deals, stacked the team up, and won. I mean, that's cool. They won, but is it real though? It's like they gone. The next year they couldn't even put nothing together.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So it just shows that it was all put together for show. The Super Bowl was in LA. They basically stacked the deck to make that happen.
Yeah, and then Matthew Stafford got hurt too, so that didn't help either.
Yeah,
as he's gotten older.
Yeah, and so for me, I think, like you say, I think when you look at those contracts, they say. What kind of the players like quarterback, running back, receiver? What do they call them kind of players? They're like there's a name for them, like skill players. Yeah, like your skill players make up 95% of roster salaries. 95%.
Is the percentage that high?
95. And this is like defensive ends is on there. I think
offensive linemen were high too, though.
They have a little bit. There is certain offensive linemen. Just whoever's blind side. It's not the whole offensive line. It's whoever's guarding your blind side. Like it probably be like your tackle. On if you're a right-handed quarterback is your left tackle, and if it's a left-handed quarterback, it's the right tackle. So those are the only people who get the big contracts. Not your whole offensive line, but it's defensive ends. It's quarterbacks. It's running backs. It's not even running backs anymore because they're not even paying them. Receivers. Quarterbacks, and they'd be that, or in a corner, or whoever your DB.
What about a middle linebacker?
No, they're not paid either. Middle linebackers might be making like $5 million, $7 million a year, while your quarterback is making. What did Stafford do, or what did Burrow just get? 60?
Yeah, something like that. 55.
Like you, $6 million,
$24 million.
Right,
Yeah,
$6 million
They're gonna
to
stink it up.
right, $6 million to 60.
Hey man, be easy on my guy.
Hey,
Man. It was the first game back.
For real, hey, and I had him on my fantasy, and he stuck it up for me. You terrible bum. Look, I'm about ready to trade him and put it behind. Hey, I agree. Right.
Hey,
I'm about to wait for that.
Because that's our next topic. We're gonna talk
I'm about to
fantasy
throw that
football.
joker to the wolves,
Let him go.
but like you're saying, I think with contracts with them bringing in a salary for teams that don't want to buy in the big market teams like Dallas will pay over what a salary because they're a big market team, so they could bring in a large amount of individuals who they can't overpay.
Right.
But when you got small market teams, which is crazy that Detroit. Because Detroit's a small market team, and they whipped up on Kansas City. But you go look at Detroit's the way they're divvying out their money, it's spread out. There's a lot of individuals making a little bit of money, but it looks like a team, right?
It looks like it's a culture change.
It looks like it's a 100% culture change, right?
Coaches create cultures.
I agree. And this is the coach who came on and was like, "Man, we're gonna bite him on the ankle and do him on the foot or whatever it was." And we thought he was crazy when he did it. But my man's turning the whole culture around, and we're like, "Man, Detroit, we're talking about Detroit being a contender."
Look at Deion.
Agree. I 100% agree about that too.
That's another topic we're going to talk about.
Agree.
Today.
That's a good one.
But I just look at it with even pretty much just about every quarterback that was a top 5 yesterday didn't have a good game. It was top 5 last year.
Yeah.
You know what that goes to show me? Defenses watching films, better defensive coordinators.
They're preparing.
Yeah, they got to prepare because Jalen Hurts was an absolute
animal last year.
Lamar Jackson was an absolute
destroying
animal.
MVP.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's like what's
Pat
his
Mahomes.
name? Pat Mahomes, absolute animal.
Joe Burrow,
absolute animal. You know, top 4 quarterbacks in fantasy. The only one that looked special yesterday was Tua. He almost threw for 500.
Yeah, agree.
For 500.
And Tua was down there when he was concussion.
Right.
But still.
Yeah, but he got that one, the it guy.
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill is
my
that.
Gosh.
Him and Justin Jefferson are those it guys can change a team's whole dynamic and atmosphere.
Just by alone.
Period.
Alone.
Their
presence.
It's unbelievable.
That's crazy for football too, because there's so many guys on that field. And that one guy, that one receiver, is everything coming his way. He's grabbing.
They're game changers.
I think Cooper Kupp is that guy, but he's just hurt.
What about McCaffrey?
Yeah.
Yes, he's that guy. He's that guy too.
McCaffrey's that
You don't mind
McCaffrey's that guy, but I
a
think
stud.
I agree. I agree he is a stud. But I am loving what what's the name got going? The quarterback for them, Purdy. I'm loving what Brock Purdy.
Yeah, he's good.
He's an excellent. He's a super game manager.
Yeah.
Super. I ain't gonna say great. He's a super game manager, but just does what the necessary things
You saw
to
when the
win.
rookie quarterbacks came in and played yesterday. They were Anthony Richardson looked good.
He looked solid. I
didn't know he was 6'5". He's huge.
Cam Newton.
6'5", 240.
Yeah, Cam Newton.
This is what I'm saying. These young boys came in there and they played. Bryce Young, Carolina, they came in and they played. They lost, but they looked poised in their playing.
They're gonna be out. They're gonna be tough. They're gonna be tough. Yeah, I agree to that too.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
Because
even the quarterback for Atlanta. What's his name? Dang, it's on the top of my head, man.
About the running back for Atlanta.
No. Quarterback.
He's
the
too
quarterback
good.
was the second-year black dude.
Right. I know you're talking about, but I'm just saying
from Cincinnati.
The running back is too good.
Oh yeah. Ryan Robinson.
No.
Or Dijon. Yeah, Dijon Robinson.
He's tough.
Yeah.
Remember that name, Bijan Robinson, for the Atlanta Falcons. He's a rookie out of Alabama. He's tough.
Yeah, he's very solid.
Bro.
No, he's out of Texas.
Out of Texas.
Alabama's Gibson out of Detroit. He with the Lions. Yeah.
But I'm looking at it though. This first opening week of football has been fun to watch though. You get a chance to see some old names in new places, and see how they adapt to the different culture. Get a chance to see Deshaun Watson come out with a full season and how he plays with Cleveland. Nick Chubb and
win.
And then I didn't see no Kareem Hunt.
Gotta win.
They kind of beat up
Kareem
on
Hunt.
the Bengals.
They just whooped up on them. It was raining.
They
did whoop up.
You gotta stop.
Did they beat up on them?
What was you tell us? You tell us about it. What was your opinion on it?
That was a butt whooping.
What was your opinion on it?
Yeah, they got whooped.
Yeah,
Go on in, bro. Look, okay.
Them cheeks were stinging.
They got spanked a little bit.
Yeah.
They got spanked.
A little bit.
Got spanked. But the guy didn't play any preseason
did the
football.
Seahawks get whooped
What does that
on?
mean?
That means he didn't get any warm-ups.
Did the
His
Seahawks?
timing was
Seahawks
off.
got
Did the
whooped
Seahawks get whooped up on?
Seahawks got whooped on.
Yeah, they did.
The Seahawks' score was the same thing as the Bengals score.
I didn't watch the Seahawks game. So
It was the same thing, and they both got whooped up on.
They got
You
whooped up
just
on.
seen that the score was a whooping. And that was the exact
They
same
just
thing.
had a
I
little
said they
bit-
got whooped,
they
man.
just-
I said they got spanked.
They
All
just-
right, bro.
They just had a little bit more total offense than Cincinnati. At one point in time, had 15 total
yards.
total yards in offense.
What do you guys think that is, though? This is what do you attribute? You think they just fell off a cliff?
Nah.
You
I'm
think
not
you
saying
think
that. I'm
you think
just
if the
saying-
Browns are that good?
No,
all of a
I
sudden?
think Joe Burrow might still be a little limited with the calf.
I'm not even gonna say that because that shouldn't have anything to do with him
I think he's still a little limited.
handing it off to Joe Mixon. He was the only bright spot for a moment, but they abandoned the run
Because
they were
down.
losing.
Yeah.
and they
But
couldn't
they
make
were
the pass.
stuffing. They were stuffing up.
He has T. Higgins.
The line wasn't opening no lanes.
He has T. Higgins and
Yeah.
Jamar Chase.
They had
There
8
is no
sacks.
excuse.
No.
They had 8
excuse.
sacks yesterday.
They did just like
T. Higgins wasn't creating no separation though.
Hey, I don't know.
He was going up for him and missing the balls. It was
All I
he had
know
It
him-
was raining a little bit. I will give him that. It was a little rain.
It was
But
one of the
Midwest-
worst. It was the worst weather
even
game
with-
out there.
Midwest got a little bit.
even
Oh,
with
that
the
Jets,
rain
that
happening.
Dallas game, or that Dallas game and New York game was wet
But
too.
they didn't stop Dallas.
It didn't stop Dallas, but the defense was scoring on those because the defense had 2 touchdowns.
The defense was
see?
Michael Parsons.
Yeah,
He's tough.
yeah. Early Super Bowl prediction.
Plus, we got a history of playing the Browns and also
It's
always
a
losing
it's a
to the
divisional.
Browns.
It's a divisional game.
Yeah.
And what
It's a
happened? You lost
divisional
again?
game.
Yeah, it's a history of it.
It's only one
Right,
week.
it's only 1 week. It's only the first
Hey,
one. That's what he
Only pod can
Right, he
judge
down
you.
on the ball
Oh,
for 1
actually,
week.
no.
Like, oh,
No,
man.
not only pod can judge, we can judge you too because
Right.
we saw it.
We saw it
in the flesh.
firsthand.
Everybody saw that game, and
Man.
that's crazy.
But my Seahawks, they got beat like
They got
stole
drugged to the
17,
mud
man.
too, but it was a divisional game, same way.
And the defense looked awful.
Man,
It's like, man.
I thought that was the only bright spot that they
was
was gonna have coming into the season.
there wasn't no rain either.
Gino turned into Gino we know.
Gino's
Look,
Pizza?
Gino turned into the Gino we know. I'm like, bruh, my guy terrible. My guy can't. You guys hear the soundbite today?
I'm not gonna say
Because
it's
my guy came down, or it was Donald. What's Aaron Donald? Aaron Donald came off the edge, rushing at Gino. It was, I don't know if y'all heard it today, but Gino was like, "Oh my gosh!" Like, and threw the ball like he was coming in that quick. He was like, "Oh my gosh!" Like, got rid of the ball. I'm like, "Bro, you're supposed to be poised in the pocket."
That's Aaron Donald,
But they had
though.
to. But I agree. That is
Aaron
a big play.
Hey, if I saw him coming to it, I was, I'm like, oh my God, he's coming.
My guy was like, well, they thought it was too late.
Right, Lions and Tigers and Bears, oh my.
Let it go. Gotta get rid of it.
Right.
Yeah, he is a big guy, but I'm sorry, Gino was crazy.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah,
It wasn't.
he turned into the Gino we know.
Yeah, we don't want that though. We got to have something different, man. The Seahawks got to. Pete Carroll, they'll pick it
Y'all
up.
missing Russ yet?
No.
Nah,
I
think
Russ. I saw Rusty. Nah, I'm cool. He can stay where he's at.
yeah.
He can stay where he's
he
at.
didn't look good
man.
in
even in Sean
yeah.
Payton's offense.
Yeah, I was like,
You
man.
can have it, Russ. You can have it.
Yeah.
But no, I think, like I said, I mean, it's been a good week one
Yeah.
in football, man, and a lot of good matchups. And I think, obviously, with the film that they watch, and people will make adjustments and be able to separate themselves. And like you said, those stars,
special. Yeah.
they separate themselves.
Yeah.
Jamar Chase will figure that out.
He will.
Yeah.
He will.
He's one of those type of
He's
guys.
Yeah, I don't know why they wasn't sending him down. They kept keeping him behind the line of scrimmage and doing all kind of weird little.
Because he had to get rid of that ball quick.
Right.
Yeah.
He was only having like 2 seconds. How you gonna get somebody down the field in 2 seconds? That boy ain't that fast.
Yeah, I know. That's because that offensive line is still.
They went spend money on that thing.
Yeah, I know.
We gotta get off of you, bro. We got it. They look terrible.
Yeah,
they look too terrible for us.
I know.
They didn't look like themselves. That's why.
Not everybody. What did the Colts do?
We got a rookie quarterback.
No,
But we looked good. We was in the game the whole time.
They were.
We was in the game the whole time. But we had 2 fumbles by a second-year running back who fumbled the ball twice, and we were in the game.
But
We had a chance
also
to
the
win.
quarterback got to stop running so much.
The quarterback does because he's gonna look like Cam Newton if he keep taking it. I agree.
He took a hit the one time.
I'm like, dang, bro. Look.
He's like, welcome to the NBA, welcome to the NFL, young fella.
For real.
Welcome
I'm like,
to the
bro.
NFL.
Like Bobby Boucher joint. I'm like, bro, look, get that boy some water. Look, high quality H2O.
Right.
Like,
Hey,
dang, bro.
I saw when he got hit. He didn't go back in the game no more. They brought in Gardner Minshew.
He said, I don't want to get hit no more. Look, he does the rest.
Yeah, you said he was cool.
But if you had an early Super Bowl prediction, what would you think?
Oh, for week 1?
I'm just saying, early Super Bowl prediction.
I'm a huge fan right now of Jalen Hurts and the Eagles.
That's a good one.
The weapons that they have, and then he's special.
Yeah,
he's special. I like Philadelphia.
You like Philly out of the NFC, or you like Super Bowl champ?
I like them as the champs this year.
Overall.
That's
it. Okay.
Off of what I seen last week, man, I hate to go against my guys, but
I was say I hope you ain't putting the stars in there.
No.
They look good though.
I'm putting 49ers in there.
Ooh, that's my still. That's what I was going.
They look really.
That's what I was going to do.
They rolling already. Look strong.
Yeah,
they got everything.
They got everything. I was going to say that.
They got
everything. That's why I was going to go with San Fran.
And guess what? Their coach is the best offensive-minded coach in the NFL.
Man,
and he's young too.
Yeah, he schemes a lot.
Second generation, right?
Second generation.
He schemes.
Yeah, his dad was in Denver.
Yeah.
He wasn't in Washington also?
Yeah, he was in Washington also, but he was in Denver with John Elway.
Yep.
So Mike Shanahan, that was Terrell Davis.
He was
2,000-yard rusher.
Yeah.
Twice.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
No, they got to. I was going 100% for sure say it.
I forgot.
San Francisco.
They're tough.
They're tough.
They beat them like they stole something too. They didn't have no
and
chance.
That was a good team though.
Yeah,
wasn't that the Pittsburgh? That they wiped up on. And Pittsburgh's defense was supposed to be great.
Yeah, they made them look like they wasn't like.
I ain't buying Pittsburgh, but you know,
like
they about to play y'all soon.
Yeah,
in 2 weeks I think they play y'all. But yeah, we'll see.
We play them 2 times.
You gonna say buy in? Look, and don't tell me you buying in when they stump you. Look, don't buy in. Don't buy in when they looking like that. Make sure you hear this. Look,
only five.
Look, man.
Yeah, I like Philly. I like San Fran after week
San
1.
Fran,
for sure.
San Fran looked good.
Moving on to our next topic. Has the state of Washington become a wealthy state like New York and California?
Man, that's a good question. Like, I am starting to see just like housing markets, like just the wealth just coming up here. And so for me, this is a good question to me. And I think when you hear about California, you hear like, oh, that's a big state, that's a market. Like even with the basketball, football teams, like you just hear California, like, oh man, that's a big market. Same thing with New York. I think Washington is slowly but surely turning into that. This is a wealthy market.
Wow.
Is
that good or bad or scary? All of the above.
I think it's all of the above.
Okay.
And the scary part is just gonna become. I think it's turning into, if you don't have yet, you're gonna see a lot of people leave. You're gonna see a lot of people migrating and moving out just because you don't have it.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm hearing a lot of people daily. Oh man, I'm going out to Texas. I'm going out. I'm like,
everybody went to Arizona and Texas.
Everybody. I'm like, bro.
They was going to Vegas.
Right. Yeah. But that's even starting to come up.
Yeah. I think so. I think so because of the industry that's here. Tech is here. Tech is here strong. Aerospace, Boeing is here. You know what I'm saying? I just moving from California. It is the standard of living is higher than California because you don't have those good manufacturing jobs. You got manufacturing jobs in California, but you're not seeing that kind of money they seeing out here. Boy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or you're not seeing or the other places around that support that industry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a lot of jobs out here for that. For tech, you know what I mean? It's kind of weird because they have all those layoffs and stuff, you know, from time to time, but the pay scale is just so astronomical. It makes.
All right.
I mean, you go down to what's it called, Alki down there. Mm-hmm. You ride down there. You see them houses that's right there by the water. You know, you got a lot of spots that are. I mean, it's just a lot of places out here where you can find good property, nice places.
Yeah.
Property. So the property values is high already. Incomes are good. You know what I'm saying? Jobs are good. Is it good, bad, or I mean. I think I agree with you. I think the wealth gap is going to increase out here. You know what I mean? And so you know, the good news is out here, if you're willing to work, you
Opportunity.
can work. Yeah,
Opportunity's here.
So there's opportunity
There
here.
is.
Yeah, but at
Agree.
the same time,
You got to go get it.
you got to go get it. And if you're not one of those going to get it, you're going to get left behind, and then you're not going to be able to afford it.
So you got to be a go-getter.
You got to be a go-getter.
I agree.
But in California, just speaking from experience, that ship done sailed.
Agree. No, I agree. That's developed.
If you're not really getting money, like getting money,
Yeah.
either you're basically out the loop.
Agree.
You know what I mean?
Agree. No, like their ship has taken off.
That ship is sailed.
Agree. And New York's ship is taking off.
Yeah, that ship is
Like
sailed.
if you don't come in with something, you ain't gonna get nothing.
Yeah, it's
I think Washington is one of them ones where it's all aboard.
Yeah.
Because it's pushing where it's gonna be taken
But
off.
at the same time, the dollar don't go as far as here because I got
Agree.
people that's moving to the Midwest and Texas. That dollar goes a lot further. So if
Yeah.
you're able to work from home or do something like that, you can move to a place like that, and your dollar's gonna go a lot further. You're gonna have some acreage if you want to. or
Yeah, because
have
that
a
money,
nice place.
don't change if you're working from home.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you're still the same money, but the cost of living can be different.
The cost of living is
agree.
Yeah,
different.
that makes sense. That makes a
Yeah.
lot of sense.
But then this is the one thing about that is this is my only concern about going to those places
Mm-hmm.
is like the the disasters, natural disasters that they have, like the bugs, like the air. Like I'm not
Water.
compromising those kind of qualities
Life.
of life, right?
Right.
For me to be like, oh yeah, I live good,
Right.
I live great, but bruh, I just
I
can't
mean,
do
I
it.
just seen on the news they said Oklahoma is like the #1 place in the market for your money. You know what I'm saying? The number place in America.
I don't
#1
want
place in
no
America.
parts of Oklahoma.
Yeah.
I mean, but like shout out my boy Truck Game. He out there. He's relocating out there, man. He loves it. You know what I'm saying? He's talking about moving back because your
Tulsa
buddy
or
goes,
Oklahoma City?
I'm not sure which part. I think it's close to OKC.
I don't want no parts
Okay.
of none of it.
Yeah, I
Why
know a
is
few
that?
people from it,
I'm
but
cool.
Why you don't like Oklahoma? I've never been there, so I don't
I
know.
don't- it wasn't. There was nothing to do. Like when I went, it was like there's basketball and then there's hotel and there's nothing. It's like no other
Develop.
life. I mean, I don't know if it's changed with them, but from what I've seen,
Yeah.
your first impression is sometimes a lasting impression on things.
Yeah.
and that didn't line up. I'm like, I don't never want to be here. Like there's some places that you never really want to go.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to go to Nebraska for what?
yeah, that's how I felt
You know-
about like
yeah.
Arkansas when we was and Kansas.
Yeah,
I felt the same way
Kansas,
about
that
both
mid-
of them.
the
Like, there was
Midwest, huh?
nothing. Yeah,
There was nothing
I
there.
won't go.
Yeah.
It's not developed,
Yeah.
and I feel like Washington's has all those tools. And that's why I'm asking. Like, do you feel Washington's becoming that because it has all
I
those?
honestly do because
Yeah.
Seattle is the city with the most millionaires in the world.
Man,
Really?
The city of Seattle has the most millionaires in the world in one city.
man,
That's
And
crazy.
you got to think about everything's here.
yeah,
Everything's here. Boeing, Microsoft,
$1 million job.
Amazon,
Yeah.
Google. It's all
Windows.
here. Yeah. And then you got to think about Bellevue and Mercer Island. It's all with the surrounding parts. Just about everybody over there is worth $1 million.
Oh, I ain't gonna say just. I mean everybody.
I'm
Look,
just
in order for you to
saying.
stay there,
Right. So, but just saying, it's
Right.
like they have the most millionaires, and a lot of rich people live in Seattle, whether people know it or not.
Yeah.
You just don't know.
yeah.
But they're here. But no, I agree that Washington is on its way.
Washington's on.
But
its
I
way.
mean, the thing that I like about Washington is the summers are not too hot,
yeah,
and then the winters are not too cold. We
No.
may deal with snow for 2 days,
2 days,
and then it's
rainy,
cool.
and then
right.
it was slushy.
Right, but in the sun, you can get a full 2 months.
Yeah.
Where sometimes it's unbearable.
Unbearable.
And it's just
right.
like, man,
and
can we go back to the
right.
overcast,
But we be thinking
man?
90.
Right.
We be thinking 90s,
Right.
like, bro, I'm cooking.
Right.
But then some of the Midwest, you going 117,
Man,
one.
you
like,
ain't got to go Midwest. You just got to go West Coast. California.
I agree
is
too.
no joke with their 100 degrees.
Yeah,
It's really
sitting
like
on
your
you.
face is about to
it's the
burn
desert,
off.
yeah.
It's like your face is about to burn
It's
off.
sitting on you, especially Sac, because
Yeah.
it's sitting on you. I'm like, bro, ain't no way I can do it.
Man, that's
it gets
real,
hot.
man.
It gets
Honestly,
cooking.
There's no breeze coming through either.
I was down there a couple times, like I said, and being in Modesto for college is right there in Northern Cal, man. 107 was the average.
Man.
I'm like, if it wasn't 100, people was wearing sweatshirts. I'm like, this is a whole different culture
I agree.
that I ever been a part of. You
No,
know what I'm saying? I'm
100%.
like, man, 79 degrees in Seattle, you're putting some
Ain't no
shorts
way.
on, man.
Agree. Right. Ain't no way. Look.
Right.
People in Arizona looking at you on 79 degrees like, this feels good. You're like, I'm freezing. I'm like, you're putting on sweats
Right.
in 79 degrees
Right.
in Arizona? I'm like,
Right.
sheesh.
Man.
That interesting topic, but I agree that Washington is. Kids are back in school, man. Are you guys happy to have your house back?
Listen, hey, I can't. Look, I'm so happy, so happy. Look, I can walk around. My refrigerator's still full. Look, I ain't gotta be buying groceries. My turnaround, my grocery bill ain't huge. I'm like, bruh, I was going in there now. Look, put my snacks in there 2 days later. I'm like, bruh. All the sodas is gone, or all the juices is gone, or like, where's this? The ice cream sandwiches is gone. Like, dang, bro. I ain't got to do that no more. I'm glad them jokers is out of the house. Like, geez, look, I need the house back. Got dates, afternoon dates with the missus while they in school. I'm like, geez, anything I want to do. So I'm like, thank you, Lord. Look,
It's doing something for
get them
you.
little rascals. It's doing a lot for me. Like, get them little rascals out of here, bro. Get your behind on out of here.
What about you,
Man.
Oh man, you know, working from home, man, it helps me out a lot. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's a little different. It just helps me out a lot because I get the chance to have a house to myself, have it quiet, not having the cartoons playing in the background, asking me every 15 minutes for something to eat. You know what I'm saying? Knocking on the door and walking in on my meetings and stuff.
Right.
So it makes it a little easier. You know what I'm saying? But there are times where the other thing is I got to remember I got to go get him though at the end of the day.
Come on.
Because I might be in a conversation with somebody or in a meeting or something. Oh, yeah, it's time. I got to go catch that, catch the bus or whatever. So
Right.
that's the thing, but it's cool.
Yeah.
I look at it like there's always somebody at my house though,
Yeah.
even if it ain't a kid. You know what I'm saying? There's always somebody there. So I mean, am I glad that the garbage isn't as much as yes?
Yeah.
Right now, we got to make some groceries right now because these guys are drinking, and they don't even drink water like that. They're drinking all the water. Completely, like it's.
That's good though.
And that's why I didn't do it intentionally. But of course, while we're working right now, their mom's gonna take them to the store. When I get back, that refrigerator's gonna
Better be full.
have the stuff back in
Better
it.
be full.
I never thought I would see the day, gentlemen, that when they told us when we were kids, man, you're eating this at a house and home. I literally lived that.
Right. No, right. No, seriously.
Hey,
Seriously.
that's a saying that I'm at. Anybody else living it out there? 'Cause I know I'm living it right now.
I'm glad that you make mention of it. All them old sayings are hitting home right now.
Yes.
Like, all them little old joints, I'm like, man, all them little old sayings, they're hitting, they're doing something different today.
Yeah.
They're hitting different now. I'm like,
My
geez.
mom used to say, you don't believe fat meat is greasy?
Come
Yes,
on.
I do.
Like, man,
I believe it's
look,
greasy.
look.
I believe it's greasy,
Seriously.
Mom. I promise you I do.
What does that mean? You don't believe fat meat is greasy? I never heard that.
Yeah.
you take it for granted. Like,
Yeah,
with the
like
food
you don't
eating.
think fat meat's greasy? Okay, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you fat meat's greasy.
Here at all. You get what you gonna eat.
Right.
But eating out of house at home though, my kids, they're hungry every 15 minutes. It seems like.
Right. Snacking.
And don't have no company. Like for example, with your son literally being over there literally for a couple minutes. Him and Eris asked me for something 5 times before you got there. I'm like, you guys just had something.
That's because that guy doesn't eat real food.
But it ain't only him. It's my daughter doing it too.
That's all. It's everybody. It's all kids.
They want to eat these snacks all day
All
long.
day.
And they never get full off of it.
No, so they keep coming back.
Right.
And you don't want to keep giving it to them because you know it's loaded with sugar.
Right, but
or
then
something.
you want them to leave you alone.
But
too.
then you want to leave. Right.
I'm like,
So you're like, go grab a Pop-Tart.
it's
Look, go
like,
grab one.
it's like, Dad, I want this. And it's almost like then she sends Jasira next. And Jasira, hey, Uncle Dave, can we get that sucker right there? Go ahead, bro. And then Eris will come like, Dad, but we want some graham crackers too. And Jasira, but can we have some juice with the graham crackers? I'm like, can you guys leave me alone? It don't stop, man.
don't.
And I'm just wondering, I'm like, did we do that?
No, I don't think we did that because we were playing outside.
Yeah, they kicked
I
us
think
out
this
the
generation of
house.
kids, you
That's
went out,
what
and
it
if you
was.
didn't want to come back in, because if you came in the door slam about twice, you got about 2 times before that door slam, and you staying in. So I only came in maybe one time, grabbed something,
Yeah,
grabbed
that's
one
good.
thing,
That's
and
good.
then I was out and didn't come back
That's
until
good.
lights came on.
So that's the difference in the childhood.
Yeah, these
and
kids
also,
nowadays.
we were made to drink out the water hose.
I agree with that
we
too.
didn't even come back
Agreed.
inside.
You just came and got a
had to drink
snack.
out the water hose.
Yeah, you came and got a
And you know
snack.
what the snack was? They would sit the snack
Fig Newton joint.
right outside the. You get some Oreo cookies.
Some Oreo cookies, a Fig Newton, an apple pie, look, something.
The whole apple pie.
The whole little host in the 21 quarter.
Yes,
Come on, my guy, look.
Yes.
Man,
I know you
come
were
on.
eating apple, cherry, banana,
to this day,
coconut.
to this day, I love me an apple pie.
Yeah, all those
promise
hostess
you.
pies, man. Twinkies.
Man, Little Debbie joints,
Susie
bruh,
Q's.
man, look, the
Tiger
chocolate
Grills.
joint.
Yeah. That's ho-hos, ding-dongs.
Come on. Look, my mom used to get that stuff from the food bank, though. So some of them times, the Fig Newton, the apple pie, all the sauce used to be on one side of the pie. You bite it, too. I'm like, bro, all the sauce crust. It's just crust. Bite on this might have good crust. This might have good. I'm like, all right, bro.
But how good was those days? Because I remember my grandmother's house.
It was something.
Bro, we get the real government cheese that would last you.
Come on.
It would come in a cardboard box that looked like...
A government cheese.
So they had that in Cali too?
Yeah.
Government.
Come on, government
It was the
joint.
same cheese that lasted forever.
Forever.
I don't know where they was getting that cheese from.
Right.
I used to eat it though.
Yeah, for real though.
It seemed like this cheese nowadays, if you leave it open, the whole brick go like that Velveeta stuff.
Right.
You leave a little bit open, that whole Velveeta, you look at it 2 days later, like the whole brick is. I'm like hard, like bro, you don't remember this old cheese? This old cheese used to last long time.
And I'll be honest with you, my grandparents used to, when it got a little bit hard, they cut that part off and throw that part away and then slice it down.
Keep going. Keep moving.
The biggest grilled cheese sandwiches.
Slide,
and then make it in the black skillet.
In the black
with
joint.
the Crisco.
That have flavor.
Yeah.
I hate when restaurants move and they buy them a new skillet. I'm like, bro, nah, you need that old grease, bro. Leave that old grease in there. I need that. Like,
that's some good eating.
They said they say them old skillets are more healthy for you.
I heard.
Bro, I believe that.
Yeah. I believe it too.
And then like when your grandmothers used to make the cakes, and then they let you eat
my mama
the spoon
was a baker. Or grandma was a baker.
Oh my
Come
God,
on,
man.
Yeah, they say that vegetable oils is bad for you. You don't that old bacon grease and all that lard.
It was even that Crisco, that lard. Get the lard can. Look.
We used to have the full.
Hey, my mama left. Hey, look, left a coin jar once you used it all. Look, put on my fingers.
I put it to you like this, gentlemen. That same Crisco that used to be in the kitchen, if you didn't have no lotion, you could put it on your skin.
I never did. See, I told y'all already about me as a lotion. I wasn't.
No, not the
there
one.
hooping sweat.
Hey, no, I'm talking about the
Boy, you smell like
I'm talking
boy, you smell like a two-piece chicken.
I'm talking about the actual crystal container, the blue one. It was blue, and then you dip your hand in the white. It'll shine you up.
I know it was.
It'll shine you up.
I heard it did.
And I was dark skinned, so I got ashy.
I never was in I'm a little light skinned, so I really wasn't a lotioner.
So that's
so
what
I really
I'm saying.
wasn't a lotioner.
It's like
I did hear that.
Back in the day, like eating top ramen, that was your fettuccine.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
That was busting.
Yeah.
I thought top ramen was an authentic meal. Like, bro, that was game time.
Top ramen, you make some
it was high quality. Whoever's house I went to had top ramen. I'm like, bro, you rich.
You had the shrimp flavor? Or you got the chicken flavor?
Chicken. I had the original. I didn't even have none of those flavors. See, I had just the original. It was a blue one.
Oh, the blue.
The blue. Come on, bro. Come on, man. Look, y'all even. You had to throw a little bit of sugar in there and kind of like.
The blue wasn't it. At least we did have. So my grandmother literally used to send me to the store because she lived in Holly Park. Rest in peace, Grandma. I love you. Holly Park. She'd have the food stamp book.
Oh
so
yeah, I remember.
I was like. You had the dollars in there. There was
brown.
White and brown.
No, they were brown. Yep.
And then you had the $5 bills. You had the $10 bills.
Yeah.
When she gave it to me like with $30, dog, I feel like I made full-fledged grocery over there back in the day.
Seriously.
And like I didn't have no shame.
Hey.
Like they don't want people to see that food.
Yeah.
I was looking like I had some money.
Hey, quick story. My little brother, he was probably maybe like 6 years old. And the food stamp book was out, and he tore 100 out. But 100 at a kid age is like we always see 100, so you're thinking it's $1. So when you're going to the store, my guy spends $1 or spends 100 like it was $1 to get some Cheetos or some chips or something like that. My grandma was like, "Boy, you better get back to that store to get my change." But it was $100 bill stamp, right? I'm like, wow. Geez, that boy spent I think it was a green one. I think the hundreds was green. Spent $100 green dollar.
That's crazy.
On like a bag of chips.
See, that's how we grew up though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like when you look at it now, it's just like everybody knew, like you said, when you got your homework done, you got to go outside till your parents come pick you up.
Yeah.
You got to eat some top ramen. You got to eat some macaroni and cheese with a lot of pepper, and they might put some hot dogs in it to make it good with the macaroni and cheese. The
some
crab.
beans and weenies.
Yes, and then you were full.
You was full.
These days, my sons is asking me, "Dad, when are we going to get some lobster?"
$20 meals.
I'm like,
$50 meals.
Right. Like Sire literally orders a quarter pounder meal every time.
I was with him when you sent over the money for Famous Days. I'm like, he said, I want the oven roasted, the honey roasted chicken, the whole thing. I said, off the kid menu, no, off the big menu. Like, he's like, I'm like, get it for him.
That's what they do. We was lucky to get something off the dollar menu.
Come on,
I was happy to get a cheeseburger and some fries.
And that was only total of $1.
Right.
Maybe not even that. No, 89 cents. Because the cheeseburger was only 39 cents. You remember 39-cent cheeseburgers or 29-cent cheeseburgers on Tuesdays?
Yes, I do.
Come on, man.
We had a restaurant that was like 39-cent cheeseburgers right there on the Franklin and that's Franklin and Fruit Ridge right there.
I remember, fam, when Jumbo Jacks were 89 cents.
Man.
Jumbo Jack.
Do you remember
Jack in the Box?
Oh, you remember the Western Jumbo Jack though? It was like a barbecue one that had onion ring on it. Well, a barbecue one that was busted, but it was like only like $1.29, bro.
Like, we'll never get that stuff back. I remember going to
Is that a Western Jumbo Jack?
A Western Jumbo Jack. I
remember going to.
I know the sourdough was bad.
No, that was bomb too.
Yeah.
The sourdough Jack was bomb. But I remember going into East Bay and asked my mom,
"Oh man,
the Jordans are only $69,
if that."
Mom. And she was like, I don't know. That's kind of a lot of money right now. And I'm like, but they were like the retros.
Right.
$69, bro. I literally took the kids school shopping a couple weeks ago, and each shoe is automatically $109.
On sale, they $109.
I'm like, what is going on? Is it what is it though, RK? Is it inflation? This is the world we live in? What is that?
It's inflation. That's exactly what it is. I mean, I seen something online that said that we're basically living in worse than, like, pretty much the same as a depression, if not worse.
Jeez.
Right now.
Present time.
They just, dollar for dollar. You know what I mean? Not like, they make it seem like it was so bad back then, but dollar for dollar. Wages ain't went up. You know what I'm saying? Housing has gone up, as we said. Gas is up. Food is up. Everything is up, man. We're basically living in a depression. They call it a silent depression because ain't nobody really talking about it. And the problem is, man, it's just corporate interests running this country, man. Corporations running everything.
And it's just to have or to have not.
Right. And it's like you kind of gotta have it.
You gotta have it.
Think about how much money you gotta pay for water, dog.
Yeah. Did we ever think we was paying for water?
Like,
yeah, that was crazy. When they told us that when we was little, I couldn't believe it.
Right.
Gotta pay for water one day. I was like, nah. Go to the water hose, turn it on, and now they tell you that water hose is too poisonous to drink.
Right.
Yeah.
Seriously. But at one point in time, it was good for us.
But
And then everybody has to have a filter so they can't drink water out their regular sink. Yep. So you got to get a water machine or you got to buy water from the store.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes you think. Like, I was looking at something else online. It was talking about RoboCop. I don't know if you guys seen that post.
I didn't see it, but I remember RoboCop.
And they said the premise of the movie was it was a corporation that was turning crime up in the city, but they was also putting money into the police department so that they can do their program to militarize the city even more.
Man.
So that's what the context of it was, and it doesn't the meme said it doesn't seem so far fetched anymore, does it? Like, this is kind of like the world we living in, where corporations pretty much having free reign.
Yeah.
I mean, we got genetically modified food about to hit the shelves. Like, who really wants that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That are buying money into the doctors, but feeding you stuff to send you to the doctors
at the same time. So they
now
own
you're
it.
saying something.
Yeah.
Both ends
Now
of
you're
it.
saying
Both
something.
ends of them.
Heads
Right.
we beat them up, tails we beat them up. I'm
Right.
telling you.
One way or the other, we gonna get beat up.
So you got it because you got to
Nobody's
keep
looking out
the
for
doctors relevant, because if nobody's going to the doctors, they can't get paid.
Yeah.
So that's why there's so much, and there's so much hormones. And you, like you said, people are looking at the back and say, this is farm raised, or is this, what is the other raise? Farm raised or something other raised. And I'm like, they're looking at now the difference of the fishes of where they're raised at, or how they feed the chicken, or whatever is what. We never had to look to that before. No. Now you got to look at everything. Or going organic, or becoming vegan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where then you don't eat zero meat, but then it doesn't seem like life is good that way. Nothing against vegan people.
Right.
But I just,
me too.
Meat seems like it's supposed to be a part of what we
Ain't
do.
no way I can do that. Right. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying it seems like it's supposed to be a part of what we do.
Bless y'all who do it, but look, I can't. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. I tried it a few times. Done went on a few 21-day fasts, and ain't no meat. Bro. I need that. Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
Because we can stay on this the whole time, but going next to our vice president, Ms. Kamala Harris celebrated 50 years of hip hop. She says that she's ready to lead. RK, I want you to expound on that.
I mean,
is she ready to lead what?
I mean, she's ready to lead the United States. I mean, we're talking about Joe Biden and talking about how like I feel like who's really standing up for us now. You know what I'm saying? Is a question I have.
I agree.
Who's really fighting for the people? You know what I mean?
I agree.
And really, and I don't mean fighting for the people when they get up there and smile and
Right.
But who's really to fight for the people?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know if we have anybody that's in place for that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
So I respect her. You know what I'm saying? I think what she did is a great achievement. You know what I mean? But I do respect the fact that she celebrated 50 years of hip hop. It was at the VP's house, you know what I mean? It wasn't in the White House.
She was moving and grooving too.
No, she was getting down.
Yeah, you know, her husband. I wanted to see if he had some rhythm.
I don't know where he was at.
I wanted to see if he had some rhythm, man. She was busted a move for real, man.
She had Lil Wayne up there performing and everything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It was lit.
Yeah,
it was lit for sure.
I was gonna see if he's gonna say something, slip a little line in there or something, but he kept it cool. He just did a song.
Yeah.
Lady.
But even to get him there.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's big time.
For as a vice president?
Yeah.
But for me on that topic, like you say, who's fighting for us? Like you say, not physically fighting, but like who can you really say, oh, they were for us? You know? It's tough to say right now. Me personally, it's just my opinion. And it's the only pod can judge me. If you guys let Trump run for president again, I promise you he's winning. I promise you he will be the 44th? Was he 43rd right? No, 40. He'll be the 46th. I think we're at 45.
No. He was 45.
Yeah, Joe's 45.
He'll be
No,
47
Trump
then.
was 45.
So he'll be 47.
He'll be 47.
But he'll be 45 what he was. He will be the 47th president.
Yeah.
If he runs it again. If he's on that ballot in 2020. Is it 2024 when he runs?
So you think he beats Kamala?
In 2024, mark my words.
So what
If he runs.
So hold on.
He's winning.
So what we're saying is Joe Biden doesn't go for
Joe
another
Biden
term.
don't go for another. Sleepy Joe's done. Sleepy Joe gotta go. Sleepy Joe gotta go. Look.
She says she's ready to lead. How do you think that makes the president feel?
I think that's the play. I think you're right. I think Joe Biden.
100%.
I mean, we're seeing Mitch McConnell freeze up there.
Yeah.
He's having these things where he's like actually,
Cool, don't know when, like
like the brain, like his processing just stopped. You know what I mean?
You
Like
mean right,
somebody
like,
can hit the thing on the register. You know,
just
like the teleprompter's
went
not
right,
working.
Right.
The words are not
Right.
scrolling.
So imagine me looking to this camera like this, like I'm scripted.
Look, and just like, man,
Right.
Somebody gotta, you know what I'm saying? Wake him up, hit the bell or
Hey,
something.
Mitch, it's happened multiple times too with him, man. I'm like,
Yeah.
what is going on?
Yeah.
Should be, you know what I'm saying? So that goes to the other topic. These guys are getting old. There should be term limits out there.
Yeah, I agree.
Or age limits for if you exceed this age, you can't run.
That too, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't think they're gonna let you. I don't know if they'll.
they call that ageism. but I don't know if
Man.
they'll let that happen. You know what I'm saying? But
Are we ready for the first woman president?
yeah, I think that's a no-brainer. Not for you?
I'm not ready.
Why?
Will I accept it?
Only
Yes.
pod can judge you. 100%.
Will I accept it? Yes.
Okay.
I will accept it. But I don't know if I'm ready. And
Why?
I don't know if I'm ready. I take that back. I don't know if I'm ready for Obama. That's what I call Kamala. I call her Obama. Look, that's what it was just. Look, I like Michelle.
This guy,
I
only
like
pod can
Michelle.
judge him, but
I
that's sick right
I call her Obama. Look, I call her Obama. No, but I think if Michelle wants to do it,
Something doesn't feel right about
that
that.
Obama.
Yeah, stop saying it. That's,
Obama Lisa.
that's nasty, man. Obama.
Nah, but Obama. Look, we hear it. Look, it rolls off kind of smooth, though.
I don't respect it.
I know, but it rolls off kind of smooth.
I don't want to.
It rolls off kind of smooth.
I'm not listening.
But I think if it was Michelle, I think I would accept it more.
What's the difference between her and Kamala?
I don't know. I just something
One's
about
dark and one's light. Kid is
something
light?
about her just don't set right with me.
Doesn't sit.
I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's just
It seems like something's not genuine.
something. Yeah, right. Like
Why? Because she's in politics?
no.
I mean, but Obama was able to. He was a genuine guy.
Was he?
Right. I think so.
Was he? Now that you think about it, was he?
I think he was.
he was. I think he was true to himself. And
I
who
think
he
so,
is,
100%.
I don't think he went far enough for us as a people. You know,
as far as we wanted him to go,
Yeah.
we wanted when he got voted in, like, oh man, you for the
Yeah.
blacks, bro. Like, you should be drinking Kool-Aid at your barbecues. You know, that's what we wanted.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. For the people, like, you
he
wanted.
did do a lot of that, though.
Agree.
He did bring a lot of soul and stuff into the White House, things that we haven't seen before.
Yeah.
But policy-wise,
Right.
I think he was leaning.
He couldn't.
He was doing things for the the.
Yeah. Agree.
That's another thing. Yeah, you're right. His hands was tied.
He can only do so much. And for
do so
me,
much.
that's why I think with Obama, she just seems a
You
little.
can't call the
She
vice.
seems
Hold on,
like.
stop.
She seems like.
You can't call the
All
vice
right.
president that, man. Her name is Kamala Harris, man.
She just
Don't disrespect
all
the
right,
vice
look,
president.
she
like
just
that.
she just seems so like snaky, just like living like too. I don't know, I don't know. It's almost like spyish, like bro, like you got a split person. I don't know, I don't know. For me,
So she's rubbing you the wrong way.
She just rubbed me the wrong way.
Okay.
She hasn't sat right with me. Will I accept it? I would accept it if she ran.
Yeah.
I might not vote for her,
I hear you.
but
I hear
You
you.
would vote? Would you vote for Trump over her?
I'm not gonna lie to you. And they say if you don't vote for neither one,
It's a vote for him.
it's a vote for whoever wins. So for me, I wouldn't vote.
You would sit out though.
But I would let whoever, I would say I voted for whoever won. Because I would have to, that's what.
You would sit out.
I would sit out, not vote.
I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
I don't think there's. I'm in line with Ice Cube on that. Like, hey, until one of the parties is gonna come to us as a people and look at our situation and stop trying to put black people's issues in with everybody's issues, but look at because they can look at things. They can walk and chew gum at the same time. They can look at things and pick out specific issues and attack those issues.
Yeah.
Stop treating this like it's all like we have to be a part of every other issue.
Right.
And look
Right.
Yeah,
for all the people.
because they look at certain conditions and when they want to.
Yeah.
But for us,
Agree.
we always gotta
When they want to.
When they want to.
Right.
But we always gotta be on that side of accepting. What's
As
good
a whole.
for us is good for everybody.
Right. Everybody.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah, I agree.
I agree with Ice Cube.
But
on that,
I
on
feel
that.
that's how.
I feel like you can sit out.
Kamala.
That's how I'm about to say Obama. That's how Kamala. I think that's how she's rocking. She's rocking because she does that.
Yeah.
I'm
She
in
was-
group.
she said
we
that.
all rather than it be this is, and that's why I say I can't rock with her. There's just something about her. Like it's just that's how I feel.
Only pocket
She's
justice,
right.
bro.
That's how I feel.
She said that in the past
Yeah.
when she was running for president before. She said, what I look like doing something only for black people.
Yeah.
Da. And that just kind of goes to show how Washington views black people. But it's weird because you go to Washington, D.C., you go to those museums, they know the contribution of black people and they know the status of black people, like where we are. They got think tanks that look at all those things. They look at not only immigrants, they look at immigrants that are here from Mexico. They look at immigrants that are here from other countries.
Yeah.
They look at immigrants that are in the tech sector. They look at immigrants that are working in labor jobs. They look at black people, their conditions, the ones that are doing well. They look at the ones that are doing bad. They study all these things. They know the numbers. They know that there's specific policies they can do, but they want to make sure that they get that approval from a certain group and get the corporate funds from certain groups and certain individuals that they don't want to.
So pretty much they're faking it till they make it.
They're not faking it till they make it. They're working for their interests.
Right.
But and Ice Cube is saying, well, we need to take a position of becoming an interest.
Yeah. If you don't have my best interests at heart, then I
can't support
I'm gonna take
you.
a stand and say, look, it
I'm
is
out.
what it is.
And that makes sense.
It
Right.
makes perfect sense.
That makes
sense.
But they're framing it like he's radical.
right.
And acting
Yeah.
a fool.
Agree. Oh, I ain't voting for nobody. Look.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, he doesn't feel like his needs are met. You're not going to vote for anybody if you don't feel like the needs
It's
are
all
met.
negotiation,
100%.
right? That's politics. That's the essence of
100%.
politics.
Agree.
Absolutely.
Agree. So that's why I said that's where I stand.
No, I'm listen. Only Pac can judge you.
Only if I can.
But I just say like, whatever's gonna happen, we got to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? We don't know who's actually gonna be in that ballot. We don't know what's going on with all the different things in politics as a whole, man. And like I said, at the end of the day, is the president even really running the country anyway?
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't like.
I think rest in peace, JFK. We kind of seen what happened there.
Agree.
Yeah, just like man, it's like I don't like I know.
I agree that they're running it in the sense of it. They're being the face.
Yeah, they're being the face, but
no way, no
obviously
how.
President
You
Biden right
can't.
now, I don't know if he's sickly.
I don't even know if he's even the face.
He's just old, man.
It's just like a lot of times when he's talking, it's like
You think that's actually him, or is that a mask?
Man, as many memes as we done seen.
I don't know what that is.
For real though.
But he looks a lot different than he did when he was Obama's vice president.
Oh yeah.
But he was, I think that was 8 years ago.
I understand.
Like 12 years ago.
He's like 78 years old.
But I'm just saying,
that's 12 years ago.
But 8 years difference, does it make you look that different?
12 years.
Does 12 years?
Because he ran 8 and he's on his third.
Does
11 years.
Does 12 years make you look that different? I can put a picture of you of 12 years ago, and I think it'll be a lot of similarities.
For me, yeah, I'll look somewhat the same. Yeah, I agree.
Maybe a lot less facial hair, but I think the similarities will be the same.
Yeah. I think he's had some. I think he had plastic surgery. I think he had some work done in the past, like before that last presidential run. I think he had some work done. He had the hair kind of going back, and he made him look younger. But that stuff, he's 78 years old. It's not holding up. You know what I'm saying? So
right, he said the body's breaking down.
His body's breaking down, man, and he's not going to heal as fast. It's going to start looking old.
Hey man,
and I don't want to keep calling him 78 like that's the end.
That's old. That's not old. It's old, but it's not old.
But it's not old. Yeah,
it's old.
But for him, different people age differently. So I
mean, for all the traveling stuff he has to do, that's considered he's a senior citizen for sure.
I mean, man, would you trust him to run your business for you?
No, ain't no way. You couldn't. I don't even know if you'll be here tomorrow.
So if that's the case,
I'm not saying
you're going to ask
I'm not saying live. I'm talking about just physically. Like, man, he might call in sick.
He might call
a few times. Like, bro, I'm just being honest. Look, only Pac can judge me. Look, but
and so if that's the case, then you're gonna vote him to run your country.
Agreed. That's why I said
we've done that.
Yeah,
it's happening.
And Trump
right
is the same age. Don't think Trump is not.
He's not.
The same age too.
Yeah.
I think he just talks more. He talks a lot of mess too.
He's in a little better shape too.
And he's been aging well. Like he's been aging well.
But he's been on TV for so long. Like
he's been getting free media push.
I'm not voting for him though. I don't get twisted.
He's getting free media push. He's not paying for TV time right now.
No.
Like when we talking about him, we're speaking on him. We speak on him often.
Put him back out there
and just put him back out there for free. Yeah. Like he ain't paying for none of this.
Yeah, you're right.
We just talking about him. Oh yeah, he should be indicted. He should be there. We just using the man's name over and over and over, daily, monthly.
That's why I gotta say.
And that's why he gonna run again.
I think an interesting candidate is RFK, Robert F. Kennedy. I think he's an interesting candidate, and I think he's
a Republican also.
I don't know because I think he's a Democrat because all his uncle was a Democrat, his dad was a Democrat, his other uncle that was a Democrat. So I assume he's a Democrat.
Okay,
I don't know.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah,
another Kennedy, huh?
Yeah, and Dr. Cornel West, man, Dr. Cornel West.
Come on,
putting his
Come on, Doc.
He got a message. People need to hear him.
Come on, Doc.
Sure. Hey, we're moving on to our next topic, gentlemen. BG has been released and he's really, really buff.
It's hot.
Do we have a Hot Boy reunion?
Come on. Look, hey, Hot Boys was a thing back in the day, bro.
Which one was better, though? Them or No Limit?
I was a Hot Boys joint. I was a young one. No Limit just seemed to be a little bit older.
No Limit was so...
They were a little bit older than me.
Yeah.
That just seemed like they were a little bit older, though. So that's why Lil Wayne and them kind of like had that energy, kind of had that little like...
You grew up with them, kind of.
I grew up with them because they was. I think Lil Wayne might be like 39, so he might be like 2 years older than me because I think when he was like 15 or 16, I think I might have been like 12 or 13.
So you grew up with that?
I grew up with that. Yeah, I grew up with that.
See, I was born
No
with
Limit.
No Limit. I grew up with them guys, Silk the Shocker. Them guys.
Yeah, they were cold. They were cold.
But I'm a Hot Boys guy.
I'm a Hot Boy.
I'm a Hot Boys guy.
Yeah, the Hot Boys was hot.
Hot Boys was hot.
Sure.
Yeah.
Juvenile was so
come
cold.
on, when the Hog super cold.
Man.
For real.
Man,
is there a Hot Boy reunion when we see it?
Man.
What if we did it? What if we talked up right now the Hot Boys versus No Limit versus?
Ooh.
No, without C Murder though, without C Murder, I gotta see C Murder. I gotta down for money. Come on, man.
They would just have to play it, man. You know what I'm saying?
They can put it out there.
But if we could put that verse, we gonna speak it into existence. Only private judgment.
Does No Limit include Snoop Dogg though?
You gotta include him.
Yeah, he can be on there. But that is cold.
Because his album was
is
cold too. Man.
That is, yeah.
You gotta include him.
And but then does Hot Boys and them include everybody who they have now?
Oh,
with like all them, like everybody, Nicki, Dwayne, all does it include all them? When they running with them, does it include all them?
Yeah, because what's the name?
The whole family tree.
Wayne is
yeah.
Currency?
Come on, look, I'm what I'm saying. When we throw him on there,
that's Gilly too. He was there. He was with Cash Money for
Gilly,
a minute.
and that's what they say. Right from,
shout out to Gilly and Wallow. They are living their best life. Man.
They say it was right for your
$1
boy.
worth of game, man. You guys is doing your thing, man. We try to come hang out and see how y'all doing it, man. For real.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
They're doing it, man, and they make it. They have a good time on the show.
Yeah.
They got the great guests. So, like I said, we coming. Only Pod can judge.
Yes, sir. Come on.
We kind of talked about Mitch McConnell already, but like, I mean, enough is enough.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It is what it is.
Somebody else got to give the speeches, man.
Father Time is undefeated.
Yeah.
I know you had something that you had wanted to talk about directly, Arcade, that you had mentioned. So we gonna give you the floor, man.
Oh man, I just wanted to I figure I want to start having some conversations with you guys, man, and talk about because I don't really talk about what I do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to bring something up. So I'll start with the first one, you know what I'm saying, and just talk about cybersecurity, information security.
Yeah.
And on that topic, you know what I'm saying, in particular, I want to talk about social engineering.
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys familiar with that?
Somewhat.
I'm
I am.
somewhat
I
familiar.
am. I'm also. I've heard a lot about it. You
Yeah.
know. I think cybersecurity has came a lot further because now they got it in the military. So now they're even training up individuals in the military. It's like a different unit that they're doing just for cyber, just because it's growing so fast.
And it seems like it's extremely classified too when they talk about it,
Well,
man.
that's so. What you guys are talking about? That's at a high level. That's really protecting our networks, and that's also, they got a lot of things that go into that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But so I'm just gonna take it down a few notches.
Give us surface level. Give us some baby step. Yeah.
So social engineering basically is the art of putting together the puzzle of a person. You know what I'm saying, and using that leverage to get them to do something you want them to do.
Mm.
So rest in peace, Kevin Mitnick. You know what I'm saying? He was one of the great cybersecurity persons, but he started out as a hacker.
Yeah.
And I heard stories of him, jumping into dumpsters. I think I read his book. He talked about jumping into dumpsters to get the information on people.
Uh-huh.
And basically what they do is they might watch things like this podcast. They might look at your social media and figure out who you are.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Personal information, background information, people that you're affiliated with, children's names, things like that.
Man.
And they use that to paint a picture, right? And then they can they'll use that and they can orchestrate attacks against you to get you to do things. Now, it might not be an overt attack, right?
Jeez.
When we think attacks, we think about people really
Right.
cracking our password or something like that.
Yeah.
They're trying to do that, but they might be doing this just to get leverage on you, so they can get you to do something they want you to do. So they might send you an email that appears like it's from a friend.
You
know what I
open
mean?
it up.
Yeah, and you open
It's
it
them
up.
responding, catfishing you, but they getting you to do something you don't want to do, or they want you to do.
They call it phishing sometimes,
Yeah.
or if they really know if they really know who you work for or where you're at, they'll call it spear phishing. And like, let's say I know that you are this person, you work for this company, and you have this role, and I want access to the network that you have inside your company. I want access to your computer system.
Sheesh.
I can spear phish you, send you an email that'll make you click it. Somebody send me a gift certificate for blah blah blah, or just saying happy birthday or something, and you click that link. It runs an executable in your computer.
Jeez.
Basically runs a program without you even knowing it.
Man.
And sometimes it can be as simple as, more sophisticated attacks can have you just click a link to go to another website, and you're not even realizing it. But as soon as you hit that website, it runs a program to load into your computer or your phone. So
what ways can you counteract that or against that? I know we have like technology or stuff that we could download to be like security this or security this, but how efficient are those on your phone or on your computer or on your laptop, whatever it may be, whatever electronics that you're using? Because I believe my phone's been running slow because maybe I might have clicked on one of them links and they might be, and they might want my information. I don't know. Look, it could be but I be thinking.
Honestly, I don't click on none of that stuff.
I mean, I just be clicking on it for it via app.
I don't open nothing that I don't know about nothing. I don't do that.
Well,
but that's crazy though, because that's how they get you.
That's how they get you, exactly. And it's really And your question was how about
what software or something? Yeah, what can you do to counteract or block?
The problem is that's why I started with social engineering, because social engineering is the weakest link. Humans are the weakest link in the system. So even if you got all that software on your computer and you still hit a link, if your antivirus software is not up to date with whatever code they're running,
they're catching it.
You can
It's
still
not gonna catch it. It's still gonna go through.
So the
You
most
might as well
important
just not
thing
even open it,
is to
man.
be vigilant, stay aware.
Yeah.
Don't open any suspicious emails.
Yeah.
Don't click on any suspicious links.
Or the scam likely phone calls, don't answer them.
Scam likely phone calls, or also they're also doing things that they're trying to get trying to bypass your MFA. Because a lot of places are requiring MFA, so they'll do a text message to you that has a one-time password or something.
Is that on like know your personnel or kind of like that?
No. Like let's say you sometimes when you log into like your account, it says I'm gonna send you a number, and you got to put that number into the blah blah blah, and then you put it in so it helps you log in.
And they got you.
And so what you got to do, I mean, in some cases they'll be on the phone and try to talk you into selecting that. Or either giving them the code or selecting that number just to bypass that authentication because they are already inside the system. They just need you to approve it, and then they can go through. So I just want to start there with social engineering, something light. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We can have further talks. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
no,
bring
definitely. I
other
appreciate
things
you
up.
for letting me know because I did. That's something.
I want you guys out there
Right, 100%.
to really, like I said, that stuff is real because
Seriously.
technology honestly rules the world right now. And there ain't no other way to really look at it. If you can't keep up with the time technology-wise, all you are is the old school song. All you are is dust in the wind.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You got to really be able to keep up
Yeah.
with what's going on because that's the way the world moves. Like literally, if you don't have the internet, if your internet goes down at your house, you can't use the TV, you can't use the phone.
Man.
You're messed up. It's a bad situation. It's like it's almost helpless. Like you got to drive somewhere else in order to get the Wi-Fi so that you can even use the phone.
Like I said, back in the dark ages.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
It's really
No,
tough.
I definitely appreciate you for that insight on that. Definitely. Like, I knew you was working with computers. I knew because my partner who came to the shop, I know that he's a smart, intelligent individual. So I ain't gonna just say you ain't smart, but I know you work with computers. I be thinking anybody who works with computers ain't smart just because I never work with them myself. Look, I only look at Facebook or Instagram or something like that. So, but I know he's working with them. But man, I didn't know you do all that. That's what's up, man.
Man, we're
Salute
opening up
that,
a new
man.
segment on
Definitely,
the
for
pod
real,
so
for
we
real.
can be helped to
Yeah.
be educated,
Seriously.
man. That's there,
Hey, don't
man.
put my name
That's
out
R to the
there.
K. That's R to
R to
the That's
the
Mr.
K, man.
Hey, that's Mr. What was it? 3,000? What was it? Oh, man.
That's R to the K, putting it out there to the people. That's on a surface level.
Yeah.
You guys be mindful.
Don't tell him my name.
Hey.
Don't say my name.
Don't click on those emails you don't know where they're coming from. Don't answer the scam likely phone calls. They're gonna have you go to Target to get a $500 gift card and tell them that your family's in danger. I've been down all them roads, man.
Yeah, all of them. You know what I'm saying?
We almost done, fellas, but we are at that part. Are you guys ready?
Don't tell him my name.
You ain't ready, huh? Y'all ain't ready?
I'm
ready,
ready, King.
I'm
I'm
ready,
ready.
I'm
I'm ready, bro. Let's go. Let's hit it.
Time is rapid
Wow,
fire.
wow,
All
wow.
right. Here we go.
Here we go. Here we go.
This is all for giggles.
Come on.
Android or iPhone?
For sure.
Android.
100%.
Hands down?
Hands down.
Not even close.
Not even right. You're right. Not even close.
Not
You're
even
right.
close.
It's our rapid fire, not yours.
I understand. I created it for you. I'm just letting
Not
you know.
even close.
I'm letting you know. Soccer or football?
Same
Man.
thing.
They're both the same sport. They are. It depends on where you're from.
Which I want to hear what
I'm
you guys
actually gonna go
want.
soccer.
Okay.
I'm gonna go football. American.
Yeah, I'm gonna go soccer.
The reason why I posed that question because there's a lot of people that you'd be surprised that like actual soccer
I really
better than the actual
You
sport.
been to the game? Or
I've been to a
something?
few games, a few sounder
I
games.
heard
My
it's
son,
nuts.
Really?
it's cracking.
I
Like
see the World Cup and they go crazy in the marinas and all
Yeah,
that. It
that-
looks like it's fun, but I
100%.
that's why
Like with the chance, with the like,
Yeah.
it's kind of like
It's like
you-
everybody's
It's
together,
like
one
everyone
band,
together.
one sound.
Everyone,
Yeah,
seriously,
that's right.
like for real.
So here's
I'm
my
not
other one.
lying.
And this is, I mean,
And my son's
baseball,
getting into too, so
baseball or hockey?
for sure baseball.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure
I'm not
baseball
even
for me.
familiar with hockey too
Man,
much.
when you
I
went
know
to,
hockey.
When you went to a game, what
Yeah,
did
it
that
was
feel
cracking
like?
was.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying, man.
Yeah.
That atmosphere is crazy.
But that same atmosphere that was there,
Yeah.
that's what you get 10 times in one of them soccer
Soccer
games.
games.
And everybody just be, hey, like you can just keep going, like, bro, like it'd be a move. It'd be a move, like, bro, seriously. It'd be a move.
Starbucks or Bigfoot Java?
Ooh, I'm neither one, but I'm gonna do Bigfoot because they actually got some fruit drinks there.
got some stuff.
Another one too that's right by the house. I can't remember what it's called.
Dutch Bros.
Dutch Bros. Yeah, everybody go to Dutch Bros.
Dutch Bros is actually kind of banging.
Yeah,
Dutch Bros is actually
That's
solid.
not what I asked. I said Starbucks.
But I'm gonna go. That's what I said Bigfoot. I said Bigfoot.
I didn't say Dutch Bros. I said Starbucks or Bigfoot
I heard
Java.
Dunkin' Donuts is pretty good too.
Hey, we don't ever have one either in the airport. That's where I got one in the airport.
I go to Starbucks though.
Okay. The freeway or the streets?
I'm a speeder.
I like
Even
the
though I be
streets.
speeding on the
I like
street,
the streets too.
I'm a freeway.
You're a freeway?
I'm a goer. I gotta go.
Don't you hate when it's packed though?
I hate it.
That's the worst.
I hate
man.
it. I
can't
promise
do
you.
that little stop and go. And,
I don't like it.
I'd rather be on the street light to light. Just cruising.
At least you could determine if you want to run it or not.
Yeah.
I get that. Yeah.
Or you could bust a right.
You can bust a
know,
right.
you know
Look,
what
I be
I'm
pulling in parking lot sometime, cutting it off, going back into
Yeah.
Look, just
You
somewhat,
keep-
something like
yeah,
you
keep
keep
going.
moving. You dictate your speed rather than
Exactly.
the highway
Take
kind
the
of.
long shortcut and not. You know
A
what I'm saying?
McDonald's shake or a Wendy's frosty?
Man. I'm gonna go Wendy's Frosty. Wendy's Frosty, that strawberry one is at a new level, bro. That strawberry one is at a new level. Look.
I don't know. I remember McDonald's shake, but their ice cream machines are always broke. So I don't recall what a McDonald's shake tastes like anymore.
Really?
A Wendy's one, or not a Wendy's, a Jack in the Box.
Yeah, but the McDonald's shakes are the strawberry is so thick when you take the straw.
Yeah,
and you
it is.
Oh man,
But that Frosty be like that too.
No,
though.
it does. But that's
That
why
Frosty
that's
Hammer.
why I posed the question.
I
Yeah.
haven't had either one in a while either.
Here we go. Tyreek Hill or Justin Jefferson?
Ooh.
I see what Tyreek Hill could do.
Yeah. I'm gonna go JJ. I like JJ's. Tyreek is fat, very very fast, very fast. Like when I seen him do on Sunday, I'm like, bro, that guy was blowing by corners. Like, dang, you 5 yards in front of the corner. Like I could have threw the ball to you if it was that far. Like,
Wide open.
You guys got to pick one.
I'm going JJ. JJ is just big, feet work.
He's like Megatron or something.
He's like, well, he's not as big as Megatron, but he got feet work where
Who you
he's.
got?
I said Tyreek Hill.
You Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's.
I'm going JJ.
Who is the best coach in the NFL?
Right now,
Best coach in the NFL.
and I'm gonna say Pete Carroll.
Okay.
I'm gonna say Pete Carroll. I like Andy Reid, but I'm gonna go Pete Carroll.
Andy Reid, man. I'm trying to, I first thought that came to mind was Belichick, but I don't want to say Belichick.
It's real.
Yeah, Belichick
It's
is.
real.
Yeah, I know.
It's
Belichick
real.
is
I
good.
don't want to say Belichick.
I hear you.
I like
Because
Mike
ever since
Tomlin,
Tom
too.
Brady left, even
Right.
before that, he ain't really been back.
But
Right.
he's still been getting to the playoffs.
Yeah. Well, he wasn't there last year.
But Andy Reid I gotta go Andy Reid.
Andy Reid
That's
is
a
good.
good one too.
Yeah,
I was just going Sean
definitely
Payton, but I like the culture that
Andy Reid.
Pete Carroll.
Yeah.
He develops a culture.
Yeah,
culture.
yeah.
Great
I
culture.
He gets a
agree
lot of
with that.
individuals to buy into.
And who's the best coach in basketball in the NBA?
Doc Rivers. Now he's playing.
LeBron James.
LeBron
That
James.
has the coaching hat.
Right. I don't know. I somewhat
Kerr.
I like Tyrone Lue.
As the best?
Oh, actually, I
Like
said the
like
best is
we're not gonna say, or you like talking about just in general, like
Who's the best coach in the NBA?
Pop for sure.
Okay.
Pop for
But
sure.
you're saying who you like. You're saying
Who I
you
like,
Okay.
I could buy into Tyrone Lue.
I like Mike Malone though too, man. He seems like he's rough around the edges, but he seems like he's getting it together, man. He's been going through it for years. but
Yeah,
he's got-
that's
he got
Toronto's
to the
coach,
promised
right?
land.
Denver.
Denver.
Okay, Denver.
Mike
What's Toronto's
He was getting messed up
old
at
coach?
the
that
Nick
went to-
Nurse.
Nick Nurse, yeah.
Hey,
Nick Nurse.
but Mike Malone was getting toe up at the. He was faded at the
Or
parade.
at the parade. Look, had the chains on and everything.
Yeah.
Look.
He was talking.
Yeah,
Mike
was
Malone,
tough.
man.
Yeah.
Who we got? So we got Mercedes truck or BMW truck.
Talking about a G thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
Mercedes all day.
I'm gonna go G wagon.
Like G-Wagon.
Yeah.
That BMW SUV's cold. Though.
It is.
Big boy, man. It just looks like
It
it
is.
looks crazy.
I like that the big Jeep though. The Wagoneer is actually solid too, and the inside is smooth, very smooth. But I ain't got nothing on the G wagon. But that Wagoneer.
Give me your top 3 basketball movies ever. in order.
Basketball movies.
Man, I can't give you an order.
I need an order.
Loving basketball.
He got game.
He got game.
Man, blue. Was it blue chips or blue? What's the LSU one?
Blue chips.
Blue chips.
Tupac's.
Above the rim.
Above the rim. Above the rim was a good one.
Yeah. And then Coach Carter.
Ooh, Coach Carter wasn't he?
Yeah, that was
What
cold.
about yours?
I'm gonna go. Ooh, that boy came out with some heat. Ooh, man. I'm gonna have to echo everything he said. Look, I gotta go. Coach Carter was heat.
Man.
Tupac's movie Above the Rim, and He Got Game was some cold ones.
All right, and the last one. Your 3, and I need it in order. Top gangster movies that ever came out.
Gangster. You talking about gangster?
I'm gonna go
mafia
Belly.
Or be gangster any way you wanted to be gangster.
Kim is Belly gangster?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's 100% gangster.
Belly gangster.
That's your
Belly was
What's
solid.
your one?
You gonna say Belly? That's my.
Hey, Belly was
If you got
cold.
it too, you can say it too. Only pocket judge.
Belly was cold.
Ah man, I can't. That's not my number one
Well,
though.
I need your number
My
one.
number one is Menace.
Ooh,
Menace to Society.
That was my era.
Woo.
That was growing up.
What's
as a
your
young
number
man.
2?
man. Oh man, I'm gonna have to go American Gangster. Bumpy,
Ooh, Frank
Bumpy,
Lucas.
Frank
Ooh,
Lucas.
that's
Frank
good.
Lucas.
Denzel played that.
Denzel played that.
Yes.
Come on.
What's your number 2?
Godfather, of course.
Okay.
Which one?
Whichever
one and
one you
two.
want.
It's like, you know what I'm saying?
Whichever Godfather he don't got, I got the other Godfather. I wasn't even thinking that gangster. I really wasn't thinking that gangster.
What's your third?
Man, what's the one with Chris Tucker playing the crackhead in?
On Friday?
No.
Oh, he said play the crackhead. Fifth
They had
Element?
They had the hotel, not the hotel, the Browns, what do you call it, Brownstones in New
talking about
York?
when he was
Chris Rock.
That's what I said, Chris Rock.
You said Chris
Chris
Tucker.
Tucker.
Come on, my bad.
Vic New Jack City,
New
man.
Jack City. You know what I meant to say, my bad.
I'm trying to follow you.
I'm like, did I say Chris Tucker? I
Yeah,
meant
you
to
said
say
Chris
Chris. You
Tucker.
know what I meant to say Chris Rock.
New
Come
Jack
on,
City.
man. Like, New Jack City.
So Belly,
American Gangster,
American Gangster,
and New Jack
and
City.
then those are 3 good ones. Yours are, the first one is Menace, Godfather, and what's your last one?
Belly.
Belly.
Yeah.
Belly was cold.
Belly was cold. And
Belly was so
cinematography
cold.
dope.
Belly was cold,
And the story, and I
bro.
like the way it ended because he came to kill the minister and you know what I'm saying and all that.
Belly
He
was
gave,
cold.
Gave him that game.
Man.
Gave him a cold dose of game, and that was dope.
Ace Bug, bro.
Oh,
Belly was-
Ace Book. Don't. Oh man, paid in full.
Paid in full. I was like, look, I need paid in full. I was trying to remember. I think it was Belly Ace that's exactly what it was.
Paid in
full.
That's
So what
what
order
I'm
is
going
that
paid in
taken?
full.
What order is that taken?
I paid in full is 2, and then American Gangster got to get 3.
Okay.
Paid in full was cold. Paid in full
Let
was
me ask
woo.
you guys out there.
Man, when my guy slapped it after they was playing the shooting with the bag with the for the bands, look, bro.
Rico was crazy. Shout out Cameron.
Dwayne is getting
Hey,
excited.
paid in full was
He
cold.
might have to go home and watch that tonight, but
I might.
I will say this, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and people of all ages, man, we thank you guys for another opportunity. And we want to know, honestly, in the comments, what are your 3 favorite gangster movies? It doesn't matter. We want you to list them in order so that we can kind of converse back and forth with you. We love all the feedback. RK, what you want to leave the people with for the rest of this week?
Man, just do your thing, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, invest, you know what I'm saying, with somebody. Matter of fact, invest in the economy, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and get some stocks and bonds, open up an investment account or a custodial account for one of them children, man. Do something like that. Just do something new, you know what I mean?
And then I'm gonna go a little bit further, sticking with that same thing when investing self. That's health. That's your mentality, and that's just investing in relationships with family, and individuals around you.
That's what's up.
I'm gonna keep on with that investment.
Love, respect, only pod
Only pod can
can
judge
judge
me.
me. We out.
Blessings.
Love.
Yes, sir.